Just after 7, a Rusk man has been missing for over a week, and police say the search is getting more difficult. Up next, why this case is a top priority. And convicted killer Scotty Goebel is in trouble again, this time for allegedly cutting off his ankle monitor while out on bond. Coming up, where police found it and what he admitted to. And East Texas felt the holiday magic last night as Blue Santa made the rounds. Up next, how first responders delivered joy and some relief to local families this holiday.
And some dense fog reported in some parts of the area this morning with some warmer temperatures expected for this afternoon. I'll show you all you need to know in your full forecast coming up. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Police in Rusk still searching for 57-year-old James Blunt, missing for more than a week. His truck was found near the Neches River, but authorities say there's no sign that he was harmed, but investigators are treating this as a top priority. Good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dana Dixon. Jesus Martinez is on assignment. Well, it's another chilly start to our day, but the interesting part is it gets pretty warm as we head into later in the day. We're going to be taking those bundles off. Jacket in the morning, maybe shorts by the afternoon. Who knows?
Exactly. No, I mean, this is way above average for this time of year. You could definitely get away with some short sleeves into this afternoon, but for this morning, starting out in the upper 40s to low 50s, some of us still struggling to get out of the 30s. Definitely a jacket going to be needed for this morning. Warm this afternoon, however, like I was saying. Short sleeves definitely could get away with that, and also just dealing with some patchy fog and some dense fog at that as we look at our alerts here across the area. Dense fog advisory stretching from Canton all the way towards Groveton until 11 a.m. this morning. Some folks with basically outside of the dense fog advisory can still expect some lower visibilities as well. Take Tyler, for instance. No dense fog advisories for Tyler, but look at that fog out there. Very foggy. Definitely want to make sure you take it easy out there. Low 40s to the east, low 50s to the west, warmer temperatures and some moisture in the air. 70s for this afternoon. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We'll be down to 68 and down to 48 by the time we get to Sunday as we are tracking our next cold front. I'll show you what it looks like on your 7-day forecast coming up later.
Thank you, Joel. Turning now to a desperate search in Trinity County. Police need your help finding a missing child and his mother. The two were last seen on Thanksgiving Day in Trinity, and investigators believe they may be traveling with Michael Dwayne Wise Jr. He is wanted for felony assault and a parole violation, and investigators say they need your help bringing the child and his mother home safely. If you have seen them or you have any information, you're urged to call Trinity Police. A growing concern in Rusk continues as police are still searching for 57-year-old James Blunt. He hasn't been seen in more than a week. His truck was found near the Neches River, but investigators say there are no signs that he was taken or hurt. Still, they're treating this as a top priority case, and they're sifting through phone data and talking to dozens of people who saw him last. The police chief says they are moving as fast as the evidence allows, but if Blunt doesn't want to be found, well, that makes this a much more complex search.
So we were in touch with the family, and understandably they're upset and they're concerned, and I think the entire community wants us to move at the speed of light to solve this, but this is not a 1-hour TV show like a CSI show. It is going to take a little time, particularly if it's a case where Mr. Blount doesn't want to be found. It makes it even harder.
Blunt is 5 feet 9 inches tall and has brown hair and blue eyes. If anyone has information on where James David Blunt could be, please contact Rusk Police. Scotty Goebel, the man convicted of killing Junior's Taqueria co-owner Eddie Ramirez, is now facing a new charge after a hearing yesterday. Now, this time, the hearing was over an ankle monitor that he allegedly took off while he was out on bond. Officers say they found it tossed in a toolbox off of Highway 155 and say Goebel admitted to removing it because it was uncomfortable. He is already serving an 18-year sentence for the shooting last October. A pretrial hearing is now set for December 18th. New this morning, a dangerous sinkhole on Highway 80 in Marshall is closer to being fixed. Yesterday, the City Council voted to approve an emergency contract worth $338,000 to make those repairs. Repair work could begin as early as Monday. The sinkhole opened up last month, and since then, traffic has been reduced to one lane in each direction. Drivers are urged to use caution while they're in this area and should also expect delays until those repairs are finished. Union Grove ISD is getting ready to welcome a familiar face back home. The board has named Dr. Greg Bauer the lone finalist for superintendent after a unanimous vote. Bauer graduated from Union Grove and has spent 28 years in education, including time as superintendent at Como-Picton and now deputy superintendent at Kemp ISD. He's expected to take over April 1st. 12 days to Christmas. I can hardly believe it. But Americans are expected to once again break spending records this holiday season. But that window to get those gifts delivered, well, it's closing fast. CBS's Evan Moon has the key deadlines for any gift that needs to be shipped.
The race is on to guarantee gifts are delivered in time for a spot under the tree. Some shoppers have mastered the rush.
I am on top of this. I started December 1st.
While others struggle to meet the fast approaching deadlines.
I'm still sort of doing the last minute scramble to get things out.
An estimated 2.3 billion packages will be shipped this holiday season, a 5% increase from last year.
You'll see a 5x spike at this time of year.
Craig Foreman, president of e-commerce for major courier DHL, says this year's time crunch was even trickier.
This year is a bit of an anomaly just from a calendar standpoint. Black Friday was actually in the month of December.
People who want to get a gift delivered by Christmas need to act soon. The listed deadline to ship ground with the U.S. Postal Service is December 17th. The 20th is the last day to send an express package. The last day for 2-day shipping at UPS and FedEx is December 22nd. Both companies offer overnight service on December 23rd for Christmas Eve delivery. But for some added peace of mind, Foreman suggests this rule of thumb.
Try and get your order in by December 15th. And really that is, you have a later date than that and can still make it, but just to have some assurance, because there are things that are outside of carriers' controls, such as weather.
And by mid-December, he warns there's no room for error. Make sure the address is correct and provide your email so you can track the package. Evan Moon, CBS News, New York.
Shipping deadlines with other popular online retailers like Amazon vary, so it's important to double-check those dates as well. It's 7:08, time for your morning headlines. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is back home this morning after being freed from immigration custody. The Maryland resident was taken mistakenly and deported to his native El Salvador before being returned. A federal judge ordered him released, saying the Trump administration held him for months without lawful authority. The search continues for the missing SMU professor. It has been a month since Charles Hush disappeared while hiking the Appalachian Trail in Georgia. Now, this time the search will be led by his daughters. For the next 3 days, dozens of search and rescue professionals, including K-9 teams and volunteers, will join in that search. The family has raised more than $65,000 to support the search teams with meals, lodging, and equipment. And millions of Americans could soon see higher health care insurance costs. This comes after the Senate rejected 2 rival plans to extend COVID-era ACA subsidies. Those subsidies expire January 1st, meaning premiums could more than double for many families. Democrats pushed for a 3-year extension. Republicans backed a plan to shift the health savings accounts, but neither came close to passing. Saturday night's Powerball drawing could turn a lucky player into a billionaire for the holidays. That's good timing. The $1 billion prize is the 7th largest in the game's history, with an estimated cash value more than $461 million. Of course, the odds are still a long shot, about 1 in 292 million. But if you did win, it would definitely make holiday shopping a lot easier, right? Let's look ahead to this weekend. First Baptist Church in Henderson is inviting you to join them for the Images of Christmas. There will be over 400 nativity scenes and other images of the birth of Christ. The event takes place Sunday, December 14th at 12. Then again that evening from 4:30 to 6 p.m. and 7:30 to 8:30. It opens again Monday at noon. This moving exhibit is open to all ages and it's free of charge. Now to a tradition that brings smiles to kids all across East Texas. We are talking about Blue Santa. Local officers traded their patrol cars for shopping carts last night, teaming up with children in need to help them pick out the perfect Christmas gifts. Robert De La Garza shows us how the night was a giving impact that was pretty big.
First responders joined forces with hundreds of families ahead of the big day for a holiday shopping spree.
We're pushing that 350 threshold. I think we may even hit 400 depending on some of the ones that come in later on in the night.
Each child had $100 to find those perfect Christmas gifts, bringing smiles and much needed help to parents' holiday shopping lists.
It came just in time. My twins' birthday was yesterday, so now they can get a little present, for Christmas and for their birthday.
For single mothers like Autumn Lane juggling 4 kids, this event is more than toys.
They're getting gifts that they probably weren't going to get. I kind of was trying to be tight this year, so it's a blessing.
Families like Autumn's are why East Texas officers do this, like Kevin Mobley, who's worn the badge for more than 30 years.
There are people who may be having a little bit of a harder time this year, and I like the fact that we can be accessible to them and be able to provide a little bit of relief.
He says the impact goes far beyond gifts.
We actually get to give back to the heart of the community, to interact with people on a personal level.
And Precinct 4 Constable Josh Joplin, who says he's been part of the Patrolman's Blue Santa event for more than a decade.
It's just one of those things where we all come together as law enforcement and try to raise money for these kids and make Christmas happen for a kid that probably wouldn't get to have Christmas if it wasn't for us doing that.
And it all happens thanks to donations. More than $30,000 this year from businesses, churches, and neighbors who simply want to help.
And we know we could do much more than that because Jesus is the reason for the season and he gave his life for us, so why not give back?
Some families like Jessica Brown and her daughter Angela are spreading the joy and spend their nights shopping for children in foster care.
I want every kid to have a toy to open.
And the kids, well, they're just there to have a blast and soak in the night made just for them.
A laser, and a Rubik's Cube.
From helping hands to full carts to Christmas mornings that just got a whole lot brighter. For CBS19, I'm Robert De La Garza.
That was a beautiful night of giving. Thanks for all that they do for those families. Well, the holidays are time for family laughter and memories that last a lifetime, from decorating the tree, baking cookies. Everyone has those special moments that kind of make the season magical for their families. Some traditions start in childhood and then they stick with us forever. So we want to know, what's a holiday tradition that you've carried from childhood into adulthood?
Well, without a doubt, it's looking at Christmas lights.
Oh, I love that.
Just going out and maybe getting some hot chocolate while you're out and just going around and looking at them. It's
What
awesome.
is it about Christmas lights? They are so magical. I love them.
It's beautiful.
I was racking my brain over this. I think we have a lot of those that we've kind of carried over, but the one big one is that you get to open a present on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
The present is always pajamas, though. It's just, what will those pajamas be?
That is funny. That is what I do as well.
I remember when I was young, though, I was like, really, can I open like one real gift? I mean, it was a real gift, but I wanted to open something, different. I think my kids are okay with it now. They're teenagers, but they kind of felt the same way. I'm like, nope, this is how we do it.
This is how we're going to do things.
You're going to get some PJs.
Right, there you go.
Christmas PJs that you can wear all season long. That should have been my answer earlier. What's something that still stick around? My PJs. I wear them in the summer, just, whenever. So go over to our Facebook page. We want to hear about your traditions as well. Well, we've got fog out there today. We've got chilly temperatures now and then.
Yep.
I mean, summer by this afternoon.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy. We're up into the 70s for this afternoon, but yeah, this morning definitely got to get through some cooler temperatures and some fog, which is impacting us just a little bit on I-20, just giving you 5 extra minutes in both the westbound and eastbound directions toward Dallas and Shreveport, and also giving you a little bit of extra time towards Denison as well. Not too terribly concerned about Lufkin at this point. the route towards Lufkin on US 69, but certainly going to the north, you're going to be running into some very low visibility, so make sure to take it easy out there. We got 55 minutes from Jacksonville to Nacogdoches. We have 40 minutes from Tyler to Longview. Tyler to Palestine is 55 minutes, and also 45 minutes to get from Tyler to Athens this morning. And again, we're tracking the fog on our current visibilities down to half-mile visibilities in Gilmer and just a little over a mile in Tyler. So folks, definitely want to make sure you are careful. Those foggy spots will continue to roll through into the rest of this morning through 11 a.m. I am giving you yellow lights all the way until then. Temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s, and we'll be in the low 70s for this afternoon. Clouds breaking apart. Should be nice and clear for you.
All right, thank you so much, Joel. Well, Catholics in North Texas participated in an annual tradition, the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And it comes at a time where many are experiencing some fear in their communities. Jobin Poniker has the story.
What's happening at the cathedral this week is a lot more than what is planned. Maria has been wanting to come since she last prayed over her daughter's cancer 25 years ago. Their daughter is still alive, and their faith is too. This is the vigil before the feast day of Lady Guadalupe.
She came with a message of hope.
And no better place than a nationally recognized cathedral in her name in Dallas.
She came to present Jesus Christ to this continent.
But there is a stark reality happening outside the walls of this church, in the community. ICE deportations, and that has kept many Hispanic Catholics away.
Muchísima gente que no quiere salir.
Many, she says. Many don't want to go to church, many don't want to go to stores and be on the streets.
There's many significant points that tie Our Lady's presence to the dignity of the person.
Maria is hopeful this feast day will be different. Tens of thousands will come over the next 2 days. They'll come beautifully dressed. There will be mariachis and dances.
A mí me emociona mucho esto.
This makes me very emotional when I come to church, she says. It makes me want to cry seeing so many people I know, so many dances. I don't have the words to describe what I feel.
I think it's a reminder of that hope and that call that the church is here for them.
And they are here to feel whole again, a feeling that comes with fellowship. In Dallas, I'm Jobin Puniker.
Coming up in sports, Keegan Ash, the Texas rushing legend, is in the making. Well, he's already made it. Yeah. Talks state championship and some goals that he has just ahead. Stay tuned. This holiday season, CBS19 and the Children's Miracle Network are coming together for a cause that's close to our hearts. It's time for Merry Miracles. Help us bring joy to children in the hospital by purchasing a teddy bear or make a donation to help fund life-saving pediatric equipment and services. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit merry-miracles.com. Spread holiday cheer with CBS19 and the Children's Miracle Network. Together, we can make Merry Miracles happen.
The CBS 19 Sports Report, sponsored by Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel Louisiana.
Morning, y'all. Dan Millay with your sports here. Appreciate you joining us. Last night kicked off state semifinal football for our first East Texas competitor. So let's go straight out to Cypress for Joaquin taking on Refugio at Cy-Fair FCU Stadium. We got a matchup worthy of this, the most expensive stadium in all of Texas. Powerhouse Refugio taking on those Joaquin Rams. Refugio gets the ball first. Ray Lewis, yes, that's his name, pitches it out to Xander Wills, who hits the opening hard, charges up field for a big-time gain for the Bobcats. Few plays later, Ray Lewis, really his name, wants one in the corner of the end zone. It's nearly intercepted, but falls into the hands of Leighton Garza. Bobcats on the board first. Joaquin with the ball now. Have you ever seen a Ram throw it? This one finds the tight end Connor Rios, and the Rams are starting to move on this drive. They'll finish at the top of the second half on the other side of the pillars. It's Junebug Wilson putting it in for the J team. Bobcats back on offense, and it's Ray Lewis. Technically, he's Raymond, making plays again, this time finding the hole to scramble, turning upfield and putting Refugio in striking distance. Then it's another weird one in the red zone. Lewis, just like the other guy, makes a crazy play, doesn't go down. This one ruled a touchdown, and that was the final score of the first half. But things got even crazier in the second half as this pass is complete to Jacob Gatlin. Rams go into the air attack this time, and now they're going to do what they know best. The run play finds Gatlin in the back of the end zone. Joaquin smelling victory. They can just taste it. It's so close. Here they are going to recover this onside kick, and that is all she wrote. The Rams are on to the state finals, where they will play Hamilton in Jerry World, and that's coming up this next Wednesday. Excellent highlights last night from Jimmy Searfoss. Let's talk player of the week now. Folks, we don't usually like to double up on the award, but when you run for over 500 yards, score 8 touchdowns, and break a more than 70-year-old state record while propelling your team to the state semifinals, exceptions must be made.
CBS 19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
Keegan Ash is having the best season in Texas rushing history. Over 4,000 yards and counting. Over 70 touchdowns and counting. He's led his team to the state semifinals. But
do you think people know that you're a really good linebacker too? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, he's a Division I linebacker, so that's pretty good. You know, we think he's really talented, and we think he can play anything at the next level.
But for now, he's taking his team to the next level of the playoffs after breaking the Texas all-time single-season rushing record. A record that stood for 72 years, and a feat that has stood on the mind of every sports talking head. But has Mr. Ash thought about it?
Nah. I was just, going into the season, the only thing I was worried about was like averaging a lot of yards.
So if you hear that, you could probably guess how he'd feel about breaking the all-time Texas rushing record, of which he's just 90 yards away.
I mean, it's cool enough, but I'm just more blessed to be put in a position to run the ball since my freshman year, and that's thanks to my coaches.
Because there's just one thing occupying Mr. Ash's mind right now.
Like my close friends that I grew up since pre-K, that I play with this dude, I play with all these guys. That's gonna mean more to me than these records, which the records are cool, I guess, but I'm more excited for them experiencing this cool thing that's gonna happen.
And an even cooler thing would be Mount Enterprise going to a state championship, because they've never done that. And that is the only record Ash is really focusing on changing.
Our goal is to win the state championship. That's all the thing I'm worried about. I'm not too worried about the records or any of that. I'm sure once everything's set in more, but right now let's focus on winning the state. Not winning the state, but winning this next game.
Jimmy Searfoss, CBS 19.
And today's the day, folks. We'll see if Keegan Ash can help lead the Wildcats to the state finals, just like Joaquin did yesterday. But that's all the time we have for sports. More than y'all. Back to y'all.
The CBS 19 Sports Report, sponsored by Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel Louisiana.
All right, some exciting stuff in sports for today. We're about to step away for a moment while we break into our over-the-air broadcast with a news update. We'll be right back here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for joining us for this news update. Crews in Van Zandt County spent last night battling a large house fire that also encompassed the woods nearby. According to the Grand Saline Fire Department, that fire was first reported around 6:15 near County Roads 1224 and 1225. Grand Saline firefighters say the flames fully engulfed several buildings. Vehicles were also taken over by the flames. So far, no injuries have been reported, and officials say the family who lives there was not home when the fire broke out. The cause is still under investigation. Months after being rescued from heartbreaking conditions, dozens of dogs are finally healthy enough for a fresh start and a new home.
Some of them were pretty timid. They did, just judging by their medical records, have a lot of parasites going on. They had a pretty significant hookworm infestation going on in almost every dog.
After months of medical treatment and recovery, they're now healthy enough to be adopted. The dogs were part of a group of 44 seized in September from a property near Troop. Rescue teams have been working to get them back on their feet. 20 of those dogs are officially available for adoption. If you're interested, the application is online, and we have a link on CBS19.tv. An East Texas father and son are stepping up to save Christmas in Rusk, turning a canceled holiday celebration into a full day of fun. After the Rusk Hometown Christmas was canceled earlier this month, Todd and Michael Daniels stepped in, determined to make sure that families still had a place to celebrate. They are hosting Grinchmas 2025 tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's at the Old Foundry Wedding and Event Venue. The free family event includes a massive Christmas maze, make your own ornaments, reindeer food, letters to Santa, and even a holiday bounce house. There will also be a bike giveaway and a raffle for the kids.
We have a goal, we have a mission, and it is to bring unity back to Rusk.
I want everybody to come out here and enjoy it, to spend time together, you know, and the kids that don't get to have the good Christmas get to come and enjoy Christmas here.
And yes, the Grinch, as you can see, will be there along with the guest of honor, which is Santa. It's all happening tomorrow, again from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Old Foundry Wedding and Event Venue. We have switched into weather impact alert mode. Here's why. Look at that fog in East Texas. Joel?
Yeah, very, very dense fog here across the area. I do have a weather impact alert now declared until 11 a.m. this morning for low visibility. Definitely going to need those fog lights this morning, and also leave with a little bit of extra time as well. We'll see those temperatures escape the 50s and will make their way into the middle to upper 60s. The fog burning off. We'll see a lot of sunshine for this afternoon, and again, temperatures will make their way into the upper 60s to low 70s for this afternoon, dropping down into the upper 40s to low 50s. 60s and 70s return for Saturday, with cooler temperatures on the way for Sunday, only making it into the upper 40s to low 50s. Then a hard freeze for Monday morning, temperatures in the upper 20s. That's why another weather impact alert is in place for the first half of Monday.
Welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. A potentially catastrophic situation in Washington. Rivers reaching record highs and entire communities at risk. Up next, the urgent warning state leaders are issuing. And a rescue that once broke hearts is now bringing hope. Coming up, we'll show you the remarkable recovery of dozens of dogs and how you can give one a new home.
We now have a weather impact alert declared for what you're seeing behind me. Very dense fog here across the area. I'll tell you just how long that'll last and how warm we're going to get for this afternoon coming up later this half hour.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dana Dixon. Jesus Martinez is on assignment. Well, tens of thousands of Washington state residents have been under evacuation orders after days of just unrelenting heavy rain triggered flooding that overflowed rivers, sent mud sliding onto highways, and left people trapped. While the rain is letting up, some rivers are still rising. Here's Amy Kiley.
The situation is potentially catastrophic.
Forecasters warn historic floods in Washington state could be deadly if people don't stick to evacuation orders. They say rivers have continued to rise, flooding homes and businesses. This rescue video is from the Snohomish River outside Seattle. The Skagit River is threatening populated areas farther north.
As long as we've been recording the river, it's never gone this high in those areas. So we're deeply concerned.
Officials say if levees fail, the property damage could be immense.
If the levees hold, which at this point in time they're solid, not saturated, we'll be okay. If they let go, the losses can be in the hundreds of millions.
Meanwhile, south of Seattle,
it probably won't help much, but every little bit.
This man says he helped evacuate an RV park when the Cowlitz River rose.
There's no water, and the second trip he stepped into the water, and then I come down in there and we loaded him out and got him out of there.
In other places across the state,
it's a dangerous situation.
More communities are grappling with high water.
It's sad to see that people's homes are filled with water and potentially have to move out and start again.
Officials hope various flood control efforts keep up and keep people safe.
Folks are scared right now, and there's good reason to be scared because, these rivers, we do multiple swiftwater rescues a year that can be very dangerous.
For CBS 19, I'm Amy Kiley.
Forecasters predict a new atmospheric river will bring even more storms to the Pacific Northwest next week. Back here in East Texas, crews in Van Zandt County spent last night battling a very large house fire that also encompassed the woods nearby. According to the Grand Saline Fire Department, the fire was first reported around 6:15 near County Roads 1224 and 1225. Grand Saline firefighters were joined by Fruitvale, VFD, South Van Zandt County Fire, and the County Fire Marshal's Office as flames fully engulfed several buildings. Vehicles were also taken over by flames. So far, no injuries have been reported. Officials say the family who lives there was not home when that fire broke out. The cause is still under investigation. Months after being rescued from just heartbreaking conditions, dozens of dogs are finally healthy enough for a fresh start and a new home.
Some of them were pretty timid. They did, just judging by their medical records, have a lot of parasites going on. They had a pretty significant hookworm infestation going on in almost every dog.
But after months of medical treatment and recovery, they're now healthy enough to be adopted. The dogs were part of a group of 44 seized in September from a property near Troop. Rescue teams, along with Dr. Joyce Lee in Katy, have been working to get them back on their feet, including some pretty extensive dental procedures for some of the dogs. 20 of those are officially available for adoption now. And if you're interested, the application is online. We have a link to that on CBS19.tv. And the Bullard Police Department says time is running out to help survivors of domestic violence this holidays, with donations due by the end of today. The police department is teaming up with the East Texas Crisis Center, asking for simple, everyday items like non-perishable food, hygiene products, and diapers. Sergeant Judith Toole says that these supplies go directly to the families leaving dangerous situations. And even one bag of donations can make a huge difference. If you'd like to be a part of that effort, you can drop off any donations at the Bullard Police Department before 5 p.m. today. Now to a heartbreaking story. A Texas teen is facing capital murder charges after he allegedly killed 3 members of his ex-girlfriend's family earlier this week. Police in Odessa say officers were responding to a shooting when they found a 39-year-old woman along with her 9-year-old son and 13-year-old daughter dead inside an apartment. Authorities say the 15-year-old suspect dated the woman's 15-year-old daughter, who was not hurt. Police say the suspect originally planned to target the 15-year-old outside of school. A gun that was believed to have been used in the shooting was recovered at the scene. The teen suspect remains in custody. The Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission is taking feedback on its proposal to limit who can and who cannot buy consumable hemp products containing THC. Earlier this year, lawmakers couldn't agree on banning or regulating those products. So Governor Greg Abbott directed the TABC and State Health Department to implement rules that increase the buying age to 21. The TABC is set to adopt new guidelines next month. You can stay connected to what's happening across the Lone Star State with Texas News Now. This is your daily statewide newscast with the top headlines, stories that matter, and weather from every corner of the state. Catch Texas News Now. It streams weekdays at 11 a.m. or anytime for you on demand, only on CBS19 Plus. You can download that app on your smart TV. President Trump has signed an executive order to stop excessive state regulation of artificial intelligence. It comes amid a major partnership between one of the biggest AI companies and a major media entity. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
It's the AI, artificial intelligence.
From the White House, President Trump putting new guardrails on the AI race, signing an executive order intended to block states from crafting their own AI regulations, arguing a patchwork set of rules could hamstring the U.S. in the tech battle against China.
China has a central source of approval. I don't think they have any approval. They just go and build. But people want to be in the United States, and they want to do it here, and we have the big investment coming. But if they had to get 50 different approvals from 50 different states, you could forget it, because it's not possible to do.
The order creates a task force to go after states for laws the White House says contradict its minimally burdensome national policy. David Sachs, a venture capitalist who leads the president's policies on crypto and AI, says they won't challenge every state law.
Kid safety we're going to protect. We're not pushing back on that, but we're going to push back on the most onerous examples of state regulations.
This comes the same day Time magazine dubbed the architects of artificial intelligence their annual Person of the Year. And Disney announced a $1 billion investment in OpenAI, allowing users to access more than 200 of its animated and illustrated characters. Thursday, the union representing animators raised concerns. Writing in a statement, members have never received compensation for the licensing of these characters, nor will they benefit from the user-generated content made from AI powered by their creativity and labor. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Legal experts say the White House's executive order will likely face court challenges. In July, Congress killed an initial attempt by Republicans to prevent states from regulating AI. Oh, we are getting down to it in football. It's a big night for Beast Texas. The semifinals are here, and some teams are back for round 2 as they repeat a clash from last year, while some undefeated teams will play to keep their streak going. Every play, run, pass, and touchdown, well, it could be a deciding factor on who moves closer to winning the ultimate state title. All right, let's head out to Mount Enterprise. They're traveling down to the Houston area to take on 2A powerhouse Shiner, who will have the best defense that they've seen, likely. Kagan Ash will have his hands full figuring them out. But on the other side, though, nobody has figured out how to stop Ash from getting those touchdowns and yards. Carthage, on the other hand, is in a rematch against Brock. This matchup ended with Carthage moving on last year, but Brock is back with an even better defense and will be a tall task for the Bulldogs to repeat. And Kilgore is in another rematch as well against Lavernia. They're looking to repeat the result on their way to a second straight state championship appearance. Good luck to all of those teams. And here's some good news and off the field. Coach John King from Longview celebrated the completion of his cancer treatments yesterday. The coach announced his mouth cancer diagnosis in August. He's been dealing with it throughout the season. We want to say congratulations to Coach King on wrapping up all that treatment. All of East Texas has been praying for him all season. It's good to hear. Now to other news in the King family. Former Lobo and current Georgia Tech quarterback Haynes King has been named as one of the top 5 finalists for the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award. King is competing with Jacksonville State running back Cam Cook, Ole Miss running back Kewan Lacey, and UNT quarterback Drew Messmaker, and Texas A&M quarterback Marcel Reed. The winner will be announced later this month, but congratulations to all of them. It's 7:43 now. East Texas Catholics can partake in an annual tradition. It is the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe at some churches across the community. In Tyler, a mass will be held at Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church at 7 p.m. Also in Longview, St. Anthony Catholic Church will hold a mass honoring the feast. And in Lufkin, St. Patrick Catholic Church, welcomes all to join the celebration at 7 p.m. There is so much to see and do around East Texas this holiday season. We've gathered the best local events to help you celebrate. You can find a full list of those events by just texting the word holidays to 903-600-2600. We'll send that list straight to your phone.
Okay, this does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
We're getting our first look at Supergirl, and she does like to party. A new trailer shows Superman's cousin knocking back shots and knocking down bad guys. House of the Dragon's Millie Alcock stars as the superpowered heroine. Supergirl flies into theaters next June.
We had to be all hands on deck to put in a brand new era into the show.
Swifties can now enjoy 2 new tailor-made things on Disney+. The first 2 episodes of The End of an Era just debuted on the streamer. The 6-part docuseries gives an in-depth behind-the-scenes look at the Eras tour. And if that weren't enough, a concert film about the tour's final show is now up on Disney+ as well.
Hey! I got it! What? Get behind me!
Quint might not have survived Jaws, but his fishing rod and harpoon gun have. The entertainment auctioneer Prop Store is auctioning off the items in March. The props might take a big bite out of your wallet, though. The gun is expected to go for up to $500,000, and the fishing rod as high as $150,000. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
7:45 now. To our trending stories, a simple pop-up booth in McKinney, Texas is offering the type of advice that only grandmothers can give. The grandma stand is located at a neighborhood farmers market this holiday season, and Grandma Nancy is one of 3 women who staff the booth and then provide a warm smile, a listening ear, and some free advice that is making them giggle a little bit with no appointments needed. I can tell how well she listens, though, just by her face, right?
For sure.
The concept got its start far away from Texas in New York City. It was crafted in 2012 by a man who set up a booth for people to talk to his then 95-year-old grandmother who has since passed away. Now the project has grown to several cities with even more grandma stands planned. I was in McKinney yesterday. I didn't see it, but I might have stopped by for some advice, had I?
No, for sure. Yeah, you could definitely get a lot of advice. I love even talking to my own Grammy, and just listen. She always listens and always has good things to say, for sure.
They are good listeners, and you know what? They've lived a lot of years and have a lot of wisdom.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, good to listen to them. All right, move over, ugly sweaters. Kingsford is bringing the ultimate holiday white elephant gift, Christmas coal. This limited edition 4-pound bag of original charcoal comes in festive packaging, though. Part gag gift, part winter grill essential. Whether it's for the office exchange or the naughty but nice griller in your life, this gift will bring the laughs, warmth, and flavor. Customers can grab a bag at select retailers, or you can just tag a friend on Instagram for a chance to win a free bag. You know, I've always heard that getting coal in your stocking is not a good thing.
Yeah, but apparently It's quite the opposite.
In this case,
in
at
this
least.
case,
They're turning it around.
There you go.
And making it good for the griller in your life.
It's like, joke's on you.
What is it about a charcoal grill that just has the best smell, though?
I mean, it's nostalgic.
I know, even if you're like, I feel like if I'm walking out in the community or whatever, getting my workout in, I can smell when there's a charcoal grill. It's not the same as like the gas grill.
You know who would not like that? Hank Hill. Because I sell propane, and I'll tell you what, propane is a clean gas. It's God's gas.
Oh, okay. I don't watch that show, but he does. All right, check this out. Santa has restyled his iconic North Pole cabin, and he did not hold back. Look how fancy.
Wow.
This December, he is opening the doors on Zillow once again, revealing 5 all-new holiday looks, from a candy-striped gingerbread house makeover to a shimmering Tinseltown den. The off-market home is packed with bold, magical designs. Visitors can peek inside to see how Santa and Mrs. Claus and the elves are celebrating, whether it's cozy Scandinavian or wood or a frosty, icy chill zone.
Wow.
I like the frosty, icy kind of chill zone.
I would agree. And just looking on the inside, man, that's just cozy.
I know.
That's like the definition of Christmas for sure.
It is.
And like you see those videos on YouTube where it just like plays in light music, and that's like the kind of scene you would see like in the foreground.
Absolutely. Give me twinkling lights by the fire. I'm all good. I'm feeling in the Christmas spirit.
Sounds good to me.
Well, it feels Christmassy out this morning, but by this
does.
afternoon, it's going to feel more like spring break.
That is correct. Yeah, temperatures this afternoon will aim for the low to mid 70s, but we do have a weather impact alert declared for this morning for some dense fog that we're going to have to watch for until 11 a.m. We have a dense fog advisory in effect for some of our western counties, including the cities of Canton, also Athens, Crockett, and Groveton. And again, that'll go until 11 a.m. But even if you were not within this dense fog advisory, some very low visibilities are still coming out of these, the foggy spots for this morning, and 1.5 mile visibilities still reported in Tyler. Still very impactful despite Smith County not being within that dense fog advisory. Same for Upshur County with a 1/2 mile visibility, down to 0 mile visibilities in Carthage Center, St. Augustine, and Crockett. Folks, you definitely want to be very careful on your way out this morning. Take a look at our Tyler cam looking north on Broadway. You can barely see anything. Again, we saw those visibilities down to 1.5 miles. 54 degrees with a dew point of 52, so very close to saturation, hence why we got plenty of fog out there and light winds out of the south at 7 miles per hour. Temperatures across the area are in the upper 40s to low 50s with a lot of moisture in the air, translating into plenty of fog. For this afternoon, we'll see temperatures in the low 70s, southwest winds holding on at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Fog burning off, and for the next couple of days, we'll see those temperatures fall into the upper 60s and soon the upper 40s. I got your 7-day coming up soon.
Well, a gift no one wants this holiday: flu, COVID, RSV. Up next, what doctors say you should do to stay protected. Topping your health news, U.S. health officials are bracing for what's expected to be a rough respiratory virus season, fueled by holiday travel and a new flu variant. Mandy Gaither talks to a pulmonologist about how to shield your lungs from severe illness this season.
It's a gift no one wants to give or get. But with travel and get-togethers this holiday season, respiratory viruses can be easily spread, and it's already starting.
I'm actually consulting in my hospital this week, and we're seeing a lot of influenza A here in Connecticut.
Dr. David Hill with the American Lung Association says this winter there's expected to be a surge in cases of flu, COVID-19, and RSV. CDC officials believe this season will be similar to the last, when the agency estimated that at least 1 million people were hospitalized and more than 70,000 people died from respiratory virus illnesses. Those over the age of 65 are especially at risk from getting severely sick.
The flu and COVID tend to lead to higher hospitalization rates and higher deaths in that population, so getting vaccinated is really important for that group of people.
Of the patients hospitalized for flu last season, the CDC says only about 1/3 were vaccinated. This season, there's a new flu variant. Combined with lagging vaccinations, there's a worry that things may look much worse in the weeks ahead.
Talk to your provider. Try to get vaccinated. It's the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, we're getting back to our question of the day. It's all about a little bit of nostalgia. What's a holiday tradition that you've carried from childhood all the way into adulthood? Brad was saying on my Facebook page that riding around and looking at the Christmas lights, which is what you sort of feel like is your holiday tradition that you keep on going.
Oh man, and it's one of those things where you do multiple times over the season. You just never gets old.
Do you have anything that your parents did at Christmas that you just love that you want to repeat whenever you have a family?
Well, I would go to my Grammy's every Christmas Eve, and we'd open up gifts there, and then for Christmas morning we'd usually go to a party of some sort, and hopefully maybe we can repeat that. I know we're a little bit far from I'm a little bit far from home, so it might be a little bit harder to do, but
you just take the holidays off, right?
There you go, absolutely.
For us, it was definitely, we stayed at home. My grandparents would always come to us, so I always loved that. I had kind of a full house. I was an only child, so it was just me.
Yeah.
And then I told you about the Christmas PJs. That was a big thing in our house. But we also like to make, I like to make Christmas cookies with my friends, and now I see my daughter doing that with her friends.
I love it.
And like giggling and laughing and having so much fun, and that's kind of how we were. Kind of delirious because we weren't that good of cooks.
It's okay. I mean,
and
it's all about the fun.
She's not yet either, but she's getting there. The cookies tasted good. They looked like my cookies looked, a little iffy.
There you go.
All right, it's a weather impact alert day right now.
It
we didn't start out that way, but now the fog's moved in.
That's right, yes. We do have a weather impact alert now declared until 11 a.m. this morning for those low visibilities as a result of the fog. So definitely want to make sure you are being careful out there. Definitely make sure those fog lights are working, and also leave with a little bit of extra time if you're heading out this morning. Now, at 11 a.m., when those dense fog advisories will eventually expire and those foggy spots will eventually erode away, temperatures will begin to increase big time into the upper 60s to low 70s. We'll also start to see those clouds begin to break apart as well. And again, we'll see those temperatures aiming for the upper 60s to low 70s as we continue into this afternoon, dropping down into the upper 40s to low 50s for tomorrow morning. And then we'll make a run once again for the middle to upper 60s for Saturday afternoon. Still lots of sunshine in this forecast with a couple of clouds as well mixed in. Temperatures will fall down into the low to mid 40s, perhaps the upper 40s to low 50s further to the south. We are tracking our next cold front, which will be coming through Saturday afternoon and will really impact our temperatures going into Sunday, only making it up to the upper 40s to low 50s for highs on Sunday. And then for Monday, we'll drop down into the upper 20s. A hard freeze is going to be a likely possibility into Monday morning, and then we'll make a run for the middle 50s by the afternoon. Rain chances very minimal, but still there in this forecast ahead of that cold front that's going to be over Deep East Texas mainly as we take a look at our future skycast. Nothing other than a couple of sprinkles, lots of cloud cover, and that cold front will make its way further to the south. We'll see a couple of showers over Deep East Texas. Most everybody will be, however, missing out on the rain completely. Weather impact alert for this morning. Also weather impact alert for Monday morning for the hard freeze. Temperatures recover back to the 70s.
Stay with us. We'll have your news update when we return here on CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. A desperate search in Trinity County is underway. Police are looking for a missing child and his mother. The two were last seen on Thanksgiving Day in Trinity, and investigators believe they may be traveling with Michael Dwayne Wise Jr. He is wanted for felony assault and a parole violation. Investigators say they need your help to bring the child and his mother home safely. And growing concern in Rusk as police continue searching for 57-year-old James Blunt. He hasn't been seen in more than a week. His truck was found near the Neches River, but investigators say there are no signs he was taken or hurt. Still, they're treating this as a top priority, sifting through phone data and also talking to dozens of people who saw him last. The police chief says they are moving as fast as they can as the evidence allows.
So we were in touch with the family, and understandably they're upset and they're concerned, and I think the entire community wants us to move at the speed of light to solve this. But this is not a one-hour TV show like a CSI show. It is going to take a little time, particularly if it's a case where Mr. Blount doesn't want to be found. It makes it even harder.
If anyone has information on where James David Blount may be, please contact Rusk Police. Scotty Goebel, the man convicted of killing Junior's taqueria co-owner Eddie Ramirez, is now facing a new charge after a hearing yesterday. This time it was over an ankle monitor that he allegedly took off while he was out on bond. Officers say they found it tossed in a toolbox off of Highway 155. Goebel admitted he removed it because it was uncomfortable. He is already serving an 18-year sentence for the shooting last October. A pretrial hearing has been set for December 18th. New this morning, a dangerous sinkhole on Highway 80 in Marshall is closer to being fixed. Yesterday, City Council members voted to approve an emergency contract worth $338,000 to make those repairs. The work could begin as early as Monday. The sinkhole opened up last month, and since then, traffic has been reduced to one lane in each direction. Drivers are urged to use caution in the area and also expect delays until those repairs are finished. It's a weather impact alert now here with the fog.
That is right, and that goes until 11 a.m. this morning. Fog will eventually burn off and we'll end up with some mostly sunny skies for this afternoon, but be on the lookout for some very low visibilities, dangerously low in some locations. Then we make sure also those fog lights are working on your vehicles and leave with a little bit of extra time. Temperatures will make their way up into the middle to upper 60s to near 70 for this afternoon, and clouds will also begin to break apart. And then temperatures for this afternoon, again, upper 60s to low 70s, dropping down into the upper 40s to low 50s for the overnight. 60s and 70s for your Saturday. A cold front will make its way through. We'll drop down into the upper 40s for highs on Sunday. A hard freeze on Monday with temperatures as low as the upper 20s. And then we recover back into the 60s and 70s with rain chances Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, news before you go. Big night in East Texas football. The semifinals are here, and some teams are back for round 2 as they try to repeat in a clash from last year, while some undefeated teams will play to keep their streak going. Mount Enterprise travels down to Houston to play Shiner, who has the best defense they've seen so far. Carthage, on the other hand, is in a rematch against Brock. This matchup ended with Carthage moving on last year, but Brock is back with an even better defense. And Kilgore, well, they're in another rematch against Lavernia, looking to repeat the result of their second straight state championship appearance. Good luck to all of those teams. Well, you may have heard about this. Dave & Buster's officially coming to town. It will be built at the Village at Cumberland Park, right across from Studio Movie Grill. The building will be nearly 23,000 square feet with construction cost around $4.5 million, but lots of fun for families to enjoy. And after being rescued from heartbreaking conditions, dozens of dogs are finally healthy and ready for a fresh start. A group of 44 seized dogs found near Troop in September have gone through extensive medical care, and now some are officially up for adoption. If you're looking to give one a new home, we've got that application on CBS19.tv. Be careful as you head out this morning for the next few hours. Fog in the area.
Yeah, and very dense at that. Visibility is as low as 0 in some parts of the area. So definitely want to be careful out there. Dense fog advisory still going into effect for some of our western counties until 11 a.m. this morning. That's where we have that weather impact alert until 11 a.m. this morning as well. Temperatures will get up into the low 70s, and we'll begin to see those skies clear with clouds returning for Saturday as another cold front makes its way through. We'll have a couple of showers over Deep East Texas for Saturday evening late. A lot of us will be pretty dry, though. We're down to the upper 40s as another big cold front comes into the area. And then we have a chance for a hard freeze as a result of that cold front on Monday. Temperatures in the upper 20s. That's where that weather impact alert also comes into play. The temperatures quickly recover back into the 60s and 70s. We're on that roller coaster, Dana.
Yes, we are. Well, at Queens Zoo, 2 playful young bears are stealing hearts. Take a look. And they're just like kids at play. Footage shows Koya, a 2-year-old female, bouncing her 4-year-old brother Francisco on a makeshift seesaw. Yeah, zoo officials say this adorable antics are just natural. They're playful. It's a part of the bears' curiosity and love for exploring their environment. No AI here, just pure, playful bear fun.
I love it. They're on 2 legs too. It's so funny to see them on 2 legs.
Aren't they cute?
Oh, it's adorable. I love it.
That's why you go to the zoo, right?
Right.
To be entertained
Exactly.
by bears and all the others.
Yeah, some of them you can catch funny moments with.
I know, right? All right, thanks so much for joining us on this Friday for Morning Y'all. You can catch the noon show. It's coming up here on CBS 19 and CBS 19 Plus. And keep it here for the latest news and weather throughout the day. We hope you have a good morning, and we will see you dark and early on Monday.